Hi guys, today I'm just going to do a little quick video on my quick shifter that I installed, walk you through the installation, and then do a couple onboard videos as well. I'll probably be short shifting just to try and stay within the speed limit. I mean, it's hard to demonstrate banging through the gears from first to sixth while not speeding, so I'll just be short shifting and not going too crazy or anything. walk you quickly through the installation of the Quickshifter. It is plug and play, so you don't have to do any modifications or too much splicing or anything. You just plug it right into your bike, download the app, and it starts working. The first thing I did was I removed all the fairings off the bike, so both front fairings here, the tank cover and the rear section. Took the seat off as well, and then I started the installation from the spark plug here. Quickshifter comes with 8 clips, and they just plug right into the back of your coil pack. So you just remove the clip from your coil, plug the clip in, and then the stock clip goes into the one that was provided. So you're really just plugging in the Quickshifter in line with the coil packs. And then I routed it here, under the tank, under the seat, back to the computer. And then second step for me was installing the shift rod. You want to make sure that you order the same shift rod length as your stock one, because that's super important. Otherwise you won't get a proper shift. So you want to make sure it's 90 degree here. You can't see the shift rod, but it's down here. It will be 90 degree to the shifter lever, and then it comes somewhere up here. There are detailed instructions on how to install this. The sensor has to be a certain orientation. You have to make sure there's no snag on the wire. Carefully, if you use any zip ties, make sure that it can still move up and down. Go through the gears, make sure nothing snags. And then the wiring from here came up onto the seat and onto the module. There are 3 wires. The third wire is the power one, and then power came from, I took it from the rear tail light, I guess. So whenever the key is in the on position, this gets power. There's the option to wire it directly to the positive terminal. You can do that if you're in a pinch, or if you can't find a power source. But I'd recommend not to do that, because it means that this is always on. And if you put your battery on a tender, then it's essentially trying to charge this. So I use one of those little pinch clips and just pinch the taillight wire so that it only turns on when the motorcycle is on. And then the negative one went to the negative terminal of the battery. So I did Velcro it down, so I didn't use zip ties or anything. It's just Velcroed on the back. There's 3 wires, one going to the coil packs, the other going to the shifter, and the other is power, as I mentioned. You are supplied this little, I guess it's a bypass clip of some sort, but you really want to keep this close by. I've zip tied mine on here just to keep it in case. And what this does is, if you end up damaging the sensor on the shift rod, say if you have an off or something, you went down at a track day, and the sensor isn't working, then you won't be able to shift. So this basically overrides the sensor, and I believe, and then you're able to shift as normal with no quick shifter. So it's nice to have that backup as well. Alright, I'm just going to walk you through the app quickly. Right now it's disconnected. I don't know if you can see it, but the status here says disconnected. I'm just going to turn the key to the on position, and the module will turn on. You'll see a little green light that blinks down here. There it is. That means it's on and it's working fine. It has power. Let's go back to the app. What you're going to want to do is scan for the device. It's scanning, and then you connect to it, and it says connected. And then you're going to press the read button, and what it's going to do, it's going to read from the computer and tell you what the settings are currently. So this is the name of the device, obviously, and then you have a push and pull feature. It all depends on the orientation of your rod. So on the CBR, it's a pushing motion. So when you shift up, it's pushing the sensor. Other bikes might be pulling. It really depends on your bike. So for the CBR 2012 one, it's a pushing motion that engages the sensor. So I have the push on. I don't know what happens if you have both of them on. And then you have sensitivity. It comes set at 60. If it's the lower the number, the less sensitive. You have your kill time in milliseconds. Dwell is the amount of time that it allows you to shift again. So this is if you accidentally hit twice or something, it doesn't double shift. It's basically a fail-safe that you don't shift twice by accident. RFX is some sort of algorithm, I think, for older bikes or bike with electrical issues, you're just going to leave those. Basically, I didn't touch any of the settings. I just left it the way it came, but I'm just walking you through these settings. So obviously if you turn pull on, then these will be your pull settings. I only have push on, so these are my push settings. It's pretty easy to use. For example, you can go in sensitivity. You can use the wheel. It came at 60, so I'll leave it at 60. And then when you're done, you're just going to hit upload, and it uploads it directly to the module here. So pretty easy to work. And then when you turn the key off, it disconnects. Some people say you're not really supposed to use the quick shifter between first and second gear. I've been told it can work, and I've been using it and it seems to work. It's just a little clunky. The trick to the quick shifters is that it needs as much torque to the transmission as possible, and the higher the RPMs, the better that it works. Basically, throttle should be pinned all the way, and it's not as clunky. It shifts pretty smooth that way. First and second can be a little bit clunky, but it still works well. I use it. I don't have any issues with it, so I don't see why not to use it. If you want, you can depress the clutch a little bit between first and second just to help it, but I don't really do that.